Okay, guys.
Ability to fight infections.
Coco got some braids.
Serious, sometimes fatal
What do you
infections,
think?
including lymphoma, happen.
Okay, so it's called the Coco Swoop. You feeling it? What do you think, guys? Check out my girl that did my braids on Instagram, The Real Miss with 3 S's, Mod, M-O-D. It's 2 a.m. and here we are.
So recently I got social media's panties in the bunch because I did braids to my hair. This is so stupid, I can't believe I'm talking about it, and I believe this shouldn't be turn out to be a race thing. But this is what happened. I did my braids and I called them the Coco Swoop. I name all my styles that I do to myself. These are called the Coco Swoop. The braids before were called the Bo Derek braids. And it's a Cocoism. I've always done it. Why can't we all rename hairstyles or braids? That sounds so stupid. Why is everybody claiming something they shouldn't? I know braids have been around for thousands of years. Don't you think I know that? If I want to wear a pineapple on my head, then I should be able to wear a pineapple on my head and call it the pineapple Coco Wop. I don't know. You see where I'm going with this? Why is everybody hating? Let me add to what I was saying. People rename hairstyles all day long. Look, Beyonce. Beyonce, she does this hairstyle and now it's the lemonade. But no one's going to get mad at her, right? So at the end of the day, this shouldn't be a race war. This should be a human thing, right? Everybody should be able to do it. It's a human thing. Give that a shot. Not a race war. There's nothing to do with race. But this just goes to show you that no one reads the captions underneath pictures. Otherwise, you would understand that this is not an issue. It's something that I do. It's a Cocoism, okay? Now, to the love out there, thank you, thank you, thank you. I see it. I see all the comments. You know, power to you guys, because I get this much love and that much hate. But sometimes just got to come in and say something about it because it's so disgusting that we should be like loving each other instead of hating on each other because of a hairstyle. Get over it.
All right, so before I get into cultural appropriation, let me go ahead and read to you what was said. Now, first of all, on the very first video, what Coco said about her awesome braids was, "My new braids. I call them the Coco Swoop. I wanted a little change up for the summer. Thank you to my honey bun at The Real Miss Mod, always doing a great job with my braids. 2 a.m. on Snapchat, search Coco to find me. Oh, and by the way, I name all the braid styles I do, even the hairstyles with no braids. It's a cute thing I do. I have many weird Cocoisms, dude. But anyways, so when the backlash came under her first video replying to these crazy people, she said, "Since everybody's trying to make a big deal about my braids, let me tell you how I feel. I'm trying to nip this in the bud now. Watch the next post for a continuation of this video." So on part 2, she said, "Part 2 of how I feel about my braids. Let's put this to rest and worry about real issues we have in this world." Boom. So let me go ahead and read to you what the beautiful Miss Mod says. She's a Farb, a fine ass redbone. Y'all know I don't know how to act when there's a light skinned woman in the room, and you know, well, Coco's a white woman. Y'all know how much I love white women too. But anyways, what Miss Mod said was, "It's always a pleasure working with this beauty at Coco, #stylist, #designer, #braids," right? That's what Miss Mod originally said. Now, after the backlash, what the beautiful Miss Mod said was, "Being the person who has done Coco's braids the last 8 years, it's crazy to me that there would be so much hate and distasteful remarks about a hairstyle. She never claimed that she invented braids or otherwise. What someone chooses to do to themselves / hair, it's nobody's business. Quite frankly, there's way too many things in the world that energy should be focused on. All you internet trolls need to get a fucking life. It's not that serious. #enough said, #carry on." Thank you for putting the nibbergitches in their places. You know, this. Let me get comfortable. Let me get comfortable for this one, because I'm gonna have to go in balls deep and start tap dancing in assholes right now. First of all, first of all, I mean, you know, basically, somebody's out there crying black girl tears right now. And what I named this article on my blog, now I know this may sound a little bit offensive to some stupid people, but I named this article Black Bitch Tears, Sexy MILF Coco Austin fight with sassy sisters over her hot Coco Swoop braid style part 2. The queens of mean attack fine white swirler with false claims of quote unquote cultural appropriation over her wearing hairstyle better than they ever could. Stop bleaching, wearing wigs, weaves, slimming your noses, getting breast implants, wearing blonde hair, modern tattoo styles, bragging about Ivy League school degrees, and worshiping white Jesus. Then you sisters can be taken seriously. You are the ultimate cultural appropriators. When you lose, you cry black girl tears, laughing my ass off. I could just end it right there, but let me go ahead and tell you what the Cambridge Dictionary at dictionary.cambridge.org has as the definition of cultural appropriation. The act of now, first of all, let me tell you why I'm going to read you the Cambridge Dictionary definition. We can make up whatever definitions we want for words in our minds. At the end of the day, it's what the dictionary says that fucking matters. Okay, people? The dictionary says cultural appropriation is defined by the act of taking or using things from a culture that is not your own, especially without showing that you understand or respect this culture. So here's the thing. What did Coco take from which culture proves that she used something that was not of her own culture? What culture do braids come from? Now, if y'all said the same thing about wearing an afro, maybe dreadlocks, maybe we could have that discussion, which it doesn't mean that you'd be right, but at least it could open the door to a discussion. But braids, are you sure you guys want to do this? People, like she said, people have been wearing braids for thousands of fucking years, okay? I mean, I don't really know where braids originated from, but I don't really see that as cultural appropriation. I don't think it fits the definition. If somebody has any evidence, any proof, without calling names, without saying, you dumbass Meat Magazine, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, without the retard bullshit, if you can just tell me clearly with proof, with evidence, that, rather, if you can show me, if you can prove to me the fact that she's culturally appropriating by wearing braids or nicknaming it or whatever, because, well, here's the thing. A lot of ignorant people said that cultural appropriation is when you rename some shit from another culture. Like, let's say, for example, Wu-Tang Clan is some Chinese shit. So if Wu-Tang Clan were to name their group Wu-Tang Band, then that would be cultural appropriation because they done changed the name. They altered the name. That's not the real definition of cultural appropriation. That's the issue that I have with people coming up with their own definition of words. The definition of cultural appropriation, once again, is the act of taking or using things from a culture that is not your own. So basically, what culture do braids come from? Because if you can't prove to me that braids come from another culture that is not of Coco's culture, then I really can't agree with you or ride with you on that one. But I'll tell you guys what is cultural appropriation. I'm going to tell y'all what is cultural appropriation, because we all know who it was crying about all of this. It was the sassy sisters that were crying about it. It was them crying their black girl tears. Okay, the God's honest truth is, here is cultural appropriation. Bleaching your skin is cultural appropriation. Wearing wigs and weaves to try to look like a white woman, that's cultural appropriation. Slimming your fucking nose, yeah, that could be defined as cultural appropriation, possibly. Getting those goddamn breast implants, yeah. A lot of black women, especially ones in these reality TV shows, yeah, they're culturally appropriating. Wearing blonde hair, yeah, that's cultural appropriation. Now, a lot of you might say, well, there's some small African tribe somewhere in some remote region in the corner of the earth that has blonde hair, where there's a very small group of Negroes with blonde hair, so therefore, blonde hair is something that black people have. No, that particular small group. Now, as far as black people in general, how many Negroes do you see walking around with a Cisco platinum blonde hairdo where it's natural? I'll wait, Negroes. How many of y'all know somebody black who has blonde hair like Terry Hulk Hogan? How many of the black people do you know hair has been sun-kissed and they're walking around with yellow crayon hair looking like Super Saiyans in the hood? I've never personally seen one with natural blonde hair ever in my life. But that's what retarded Negroes like to say. They like to say, well, you know, there's some small African tribe over here in the corner of the earth that has blonde hair. Therefore, black people have blonde hair first. Like, shut the fuck up. You're so fucking stupid. Actually, I'm inspired, man. I'm going to make a video called the top 10 I can't call it the top 10 stupidest things black people say because that would be considered to be offensive. But I'm going to make a video called the top 10 stupid things that people say. I'm going to add people saying the only reason why Kim Kardashian is rich and famous is because of the porno. I'm going to add that to the list. There's a lot of different things, that people say that is really blow my fucking mind. Like when they say, like I got to an argument with this asshole on Instagram who tried to say that my girl Tommy Lee from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is not really a model because I referred to her as my favorite model. And I'm like, and he said, what agency is she signed to? When we started arguing about it, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to be. Well, I was really not so much arguing. I was really explaining to him, that basically what he was saying was incorrect. And like I tried to explain to him, I'm like, you don't. It's like I told him, I said, you can't just go around making up definitions to words. I'm like, we have to rely on the dictionary, dude. It's not about you saying what you it's not about you believing words mean what you want them to mean. That's not the way the life works. And like I told him, I said, if you want to go around making up definitions for words, I was like, man, go make your own language and then go up to people talking that incoherent gibberish and then see how they react to it. Like watch the reactions that you get for trying to create your own fucking language. Like we have the English language and that's what we speak. He was talking about, well, see, it wasn't cultural appropriation that she was wearing the braids. The cultural appropriation came in when Coco decided to name her braided hairstyle something. Like she said, when Beyonce did it, it was called the lemonade braids. Here's the funny thing about it. Some of y'all might say, well, Beyonce is black. Actually, she's some sort of Creole mixie. So I guess her real culture is Creolesian or whatever the Creole culture is called. Maybe it's called Creole culture. I don't know. All I know is this, man. Let's just be real here. Let's just be honest with ourselves. The real beef with the beautiful Coco has absolutely nothing at all whatsoever to do with the goddamn braids. That's not the problem. It wasn't the braids. It wasn't her renaming the hairstyle. What it has to do is black women wanting to exert domination and control over this beautiful white woman that's married to a black man, to top it off, a light-skinned black man. And a lot of black women have not forgiven her for getting her some of that BBC. She went and got that big black hack and everything, and she got a big old ass, and a lot of sisters are mad as fuck, and they're like, okay, so you married to a black man, he's dicking her down right, she got a big old fat ass, bigger and better than most of these black chicks, and honestly they're jealous. They're like, why she gotta have an ass better than mine? Why she gotta be married to this rich, successful, light-skinned black man? And it bothers a lot of heifers, and they're upset. Let's just be 100,000,000% honest. A lot of black women want to be in control. Like I said, man, if she's wearing a damn afro, I can understand like people maybe feeling some type of way about it, not going overboard, but just saying, y'all see this shit? You know what I mean? Like just pointing it out and like maybe we could get a good laugh. Like this shit is crazy, right? But she's wearing fucking braids, y'all. And I think that it's cute that she named it the Coco Swoop. I think that's cool that she names her braids different hairstyles, just like when you own a wig company. I mean, you black women go around wearing wigs trying to look like white women. And what happens when you wear these wigs? These wigs have different names, like the Bianca or the Sally, or you see the Susan or the Tina. Don't your wigs have different names like when you go to the store? Shit, I've been to the hair store with a female before, and I'm looking at the wigs like, these bitches got names. I'm like, damn, Patricia's kind of fine. She kind of bad, No, but seriously, like I've seen them before. They have the little mannequin joints. It's like the little head. It's like usually a black or a white head, and they slap the wig on it, and they have a little nickname for her. So then that way, you can keep track of the inventory, and that way people know, like, I rock the Tina, or I rock the Brianna, or the Betty or the Tanya. You know, they know what to ask for when they come in the store. You know, it just helps you keep track of things better. You know, maybe she'll call up her style, the beautiful Miss Mod, and say, hey, I need you to come do my hair. I need you to come through. I need that swoop. I need that Coco Swoop. And she's like, gotcha. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably how they do the thing. But anyways, the point is this though, man. There's a lot of sassy sisters that are honestly just upset because the beautiful Coco has a big old gigantic white ass. All the brothers love her. She's beautiful, she's successful, she's rich, and she's married to a rich, famous black man that a lot of black women consider to be handsome. And that's really what the problem is. They're using the hair thing as an excuse to hate on her. And for the record, these women that are hating on her, you're not my sisters. Coco, now that's my sister. Now you heifers that are hating on her, y'all ain't shit. You need to get it together. It's really shameful that you're hating on this beautiful, just beautiful white woman. I gotta go, y'all. Let me know what you think about it all below. Y'all know how much I love Coco. I just can't believe that y'all ain't shit. But anyways, Jesus, let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google Plus, Meat Magazine blog and Instagram. Hit the notification button. It's right next to the subscribe button. It looks like a bell. Once you click that button, you'll be similar to be notified when new videos get posted. Now, I know you heifers are going to be upset about this video. I just want to let you know, if you leave a personal attack about me in the comments, I'm just going to delete your comment. You know, your comment won't be needed here because the video is not really about me. It's about Coco's beautiful hair, her wonderful hairstyles, and the great job that Miss Ma did with her fine self. And I just think it's really shameful that there's women out here who just want to continue this war on pretty, beautiful women like Miss Ma and Coco. You know, they stay getting hated on because there's some very unattractive women out here that just can't do it like they do. They can't rock their hair like they rock. They can't look the way that they look. They can't dress the way they dress. They can't smell the way they smell. Oh hell, you know, these heifers are just upset because beautiful women like Miss Ma and Coco were out here doing the damn thing and just looking phenomenal while doing it, and it just makes them upset because they're like, I can't do it that big. I just can't do it. I can't do it that big. And when I say that big, I mean big like Coco's ass. They can't do it. They just don't have the skills or the ass to pay the bills, and it just upsets these heifers, and they don't know what to do with themselves. So then they just blow up Shaway on the internet by talking shit and just acting plumb fool, and it's just really shameful, Jesus. But anyways, man, I gotta go, man. I gotta go look at some pictures of Coco and Miss Ma because they fine as hell. And you heifers in my comment section that are gonna stay hating, just remember, you an ugly bitch for a reason. You're an ugly bitch because that's the way that God made you, because you're cursed. You should be used to it by now, though.